The 21st edition of the FIFA World Cup will be aired live on Bermuda Broadcasting Company. Be a part of the history. You don't want to miss FIFA World Cup 2018.
Trying to show back now.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace food court.
You know what? That sounds good.
They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up with all the good carvings.
And don't forget the special dishes from the islands.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
You're watching Bermuda Broadcasting News. Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, April the 4th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. A large crowd gathered at City Hall today to mark the 50th anniversary of the assassination of American civil rights icon Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The commemoration was organized by Glenn Fubler, the local peace activist, who said Dr. King's dream should never be forgotten and called on Bermudians to fight for a better Bermuda. Tarai Trott was there.
The melody of the gospel song We Shall Overcome, which famously became a protest song sung by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his supporters more than 50 years ago in the face of systemic injustice and populist hate. Declaring that we are all linked together, Bermudian peace activist Glenn Fubler said Dr. King's legacy still serves as a force for good in Bermuda today.
The Martin Luther King legacy reminds us of that link that stems from North Shore, Bermuda, to South Shore, Australia.
Charles Gosling, the mayor of Hamilton, still remembers the day Dr. King was gunned down in Memphis, Tennessee on top of a hotel balcony.
Being in bed in Bermuda in the comfort of my home and hearing the news of his murder. And that's the previous night that he should have given a speech full of such poetry and such passion, and for that to have been met the following evening by an assassin's bullet is tragedy indeed.
Representing the Bermuda government was Wayne Keynes, the national security minister. He was inspired by the powerful words of one of Dr. King's daughters.
And she wanted to remind the world that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he didn't just die, that he was assassinated. He was assassinated for the things that he believed, for the color of his skin, for his ideology. Someone thought it important to try and kill the dreamer. The fact that we are here this afternoon, 50 years later, bears testament to the fact that they could not kill the dream.
Opposition leader Gene Atherton saluted various charities highlighted during the gathering. Just like Dr. King's dream, it took a similar dream, she said, to achieve their accomplishments.
If you start to think about a dream, if you start to recognize that the Bermuda Sloop Foundation was founded based on a dream.
Also inspired by the civil rights activist was Kevin Miners, who just completed his PhD studies in mathematics.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, for black men in the U.S. We have here in Bermuda, Paulo Camargo Fego. It's also a great inspiration to me. There's a lot of amazing leaders, black leaders.
Well, a second legal challenge to the law that bans same-sex marriage has been launched. The lawsuit is being backed by one of the world's largest cruise lines, Carnival, which says it is supporting the writ as it wishes to, quote, stand by the LGBTQ community in Bermuda. The legal action has been filed by gay Bermudian Mary Ellen Jackson and rights group Out Bermuda. Hal Davis reports.
Bermuda made headlines this February when it passed a law that took away the right of same-sex couples to marry, replacing it with domestic partnerships, the legal booby prize for couples whose love for one another is just a little bit,
Comedian Rod Ferguson launched the first challenge to the Domestic Protection Bill. Now a second suit is underway, saying that the legislation violates constitutional rights. One individual is named in the new suit. She says same-sex partners should have exactly the same rights as any other couple.
Gay couples are people. So my thing is that we're humans and we're human first, and so it's a human right issue. And families. You know, we have families. I myself am a mother. So, yeah, I deserve to have that right just like everybody else.
The new lawsuit is, unusually, backed by a cruise company, Carnival. Many of its ships are registered in Bermuda, and it's stated that it stands by the LGBTQ community on the island. It's backed that up with practical help. It's providing financial, civil and public relations support to Out Bermuda, a charity which is also a plaintiff in the latest case. Not surprisingly, that's been welcomed by the group.
Support from companies like Carnival, who have a long track record of LGBTQ support and diversity and inclusion. Their corporation speaks for themselves. So when Mary Ellen Jackson and Out Bermuda were looking at what support we may need, Carnival seemed like an absolute ideal partner, and we're very, very proud to work with Carnival.
The case that Out Bermuda and Mary Ellen Jackson are making is that the 2017 Act passed in the House of Assembly contravenes the Constitution by saying marriages are void unless between a man and a woman. The legislation served to overturn a ruling last May in the courts that same-sex marriages were allowed. And it's the fact that Bermuda changed its law that seems to have outraged many people abroad. Among them, the comedian Ellen, while the popularity of the Boycott Bermuda hashtag has hinted at the financial price the island might pay in the future. Out Bermuda says it does not support the campaign.
We, as an organization, don't support the Boycott Bermuda movement. It is fundamentally not helpful for our LGBTQ community that actually makes their living and livelihood from the tourism industry in Bermuda.
But for the moment at least, the spotlight is not on the boycott, but on the courts. A ruling in either of these two cases is not expected soon, but when it comes, it's likely to upset a lot of people, whatever the result. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
We'll have more news for you after this short break. Stay with us.
You can count on us. Great for Sunday dinner, certified Angus beef, top sirloin roast, only $9.49 per pound. Halo clementines, just $9.99 for a 3-pound bag. For a cool treat, Breyer's ice cream, only $6.99 for a 48-ounce tub. Ciabatta yogurts, just $1.99 for a 5.3-ounce tub. Keebler double cheese snack mix, only $4.29 for a 9.7-ounce box. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Imagine your home working as hard as you, harnessing the power of the sun. While you work, we work. Think solar with BAE. Imagine more power, more often with BAE.
Welcome back. Young women from Bermuda's public schools have been taking part in a camp which could help put their future in technology quite literally at their fingertips. Gary Foster Skelton reports.
It's telling you right there. It's an industry often thought of as a boys' club, but during this Easter break, a local initiative is out to generate more of the feminine touch.
We decided to partner with the organization Django Girls and provide an all-girls coding camp because of the lack of girls in IT in general, not just coding, but IT in general.
Connect Tech has been running coding camps since 2016, but with the support of Hamilton Insurance Group and the Ministry of Education, this is their first all-female camp, with 12 girls from 7 public schools.
A lot of them came in with zero or minimal coding experience, so we started with the things that all developers need, such as using the command line. We did a little introduction to Python, and now we're using the Django framework to build a web application.
We're gonna try to make our own app, glamorize it in our own way.
I got an error, and then it worked.
If it's a mistake, you have to keep rewriting until you get it.
Who's frustrated?
It's a lot of errors that I get, and I have to try and overcome it. After you overcome that error, there might be a new error, but at least you pass the first one.
Another error that these girls have been learning about is the technology industry's gender gap.
Programmers. That's a term we use kind of jokingly for this kind of idea that software developers are mostly male, they're mostly white, mostly come from the United States, they mostly speak English.
It is an industry where opportunity abounds, but diversity is sorely lacking. But it wasn't always this way. In the 1960s and 70s, the number of women studying computer science in the States rose sharply. But then, in the mid-80s, it flattened out at 37%, and then plummeted, even as the share of women in other technical and professional fields continued to rise. By 2014, only 14% of US college computer science graduates were women. National Public Radio's Planet Money suggests that the decline coincided with the aggressive marketing of home computers to young boys in the 1980s, excluding girls and, over time, helping to create an environment in which women have fewer role models, less female peers, and lower wages. But the tech industry desperately needs more people.
In the U.S., I think President Obama, probably about 2 or 3 years ago, talked about needing 250,000 developers over the next 5 or 7 years.
For these young women learning to code, the job opportunities here and overseas are seemingly endless.
From a reinsurance perspective, they could do weather modeling, they could do analysis. You also have the ability to do software development, software engineer. There's so many opportunities around the world.
And correcting the gender gap could only benefit the industry.
If you're a company and you've got customers, are your customers men and women? Yes. Probably. Are your customers people of all kinds of backgrounds?
Yeah.
Probably. So why would you not want your team to represent that, right?
Does that compute? Gary Foster Skelton for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
With record number of arrivals, Bermuda may be seeing a resurgence in its tourism industry. That's certainly the hope of the owners of the Willowbank Hotel in Sands. After a series of closures, it's set to reopen shortly following an extensive refurbishment. Our business correspondent Tony Waterman joins us now from the hotel site. Tony?
Yeah, Jasmine, I'm standing out here on the veranda of the newly reopened Willowbank Resort. The hotel flung its doors wide open this morning for the first time in 7 years. They did accept some guests during the America's Cup, but this is the first time that the hotel has been fully operational since 2011. And certainly there are some big changes that have taken place since then. There are 64 rooms on this property. 50 of them are fully operational at this point. They've been renovated. Televisions have been added. Phones have been added to the rooms. There's a new gym facility that has come online, and really the timing couldn't be any better because we are just entering into what is Bermuda's peak tourism part of the year. And as you mentioned, we did see a record number of arrivals last year, so Willowbank really hoping to capitalize on that momentum and also change some perceptions around the hotel. Earlier I spoke with the general manager of this property, Trisha Shastri, who talked about changing the hotel's image. But before that, take a listen to what the Minister of Tourism, Jamal Simmons, had to say when I asked him about all the hotel properties that are coming online, that are in the pipeline, and whether or not there's going to be enough demand to fill those rooms.
Well, I think the job is to build the demand. I think we still have a lot of work to do to get Bermuda on the radar of the people who would appreciate this product, can afford this product, and want to be a part of this product. What excites me about Willowbank is that offering another option, a option for our visitors, is important. The biggest deterrents to coming towards Bermuda are cost of ticket, cost of stay. And what the model they are presenting addresses the cost of stay issue. So that means we're opening up to another market of people who maybe never considered Bermuda before. So that's exciting.
We're definitely opening that wider.
and it will not be known as a Christian resort. It is definitely a family type resort. So we have definitely broadened the horizons there. And I know the Willowbank has been stereotyped in the past, and we want that stereotype to go.
So you heard from the general manager there about how they're trying to change the image of this property, make it more family oriented. That being said, even though these televisions have been added to the rooms and even phones to the rooms, there's still no bar on this property. So guests coming here are going to have to go off campus, so to speak, if they're looking to have a glass of wine or a cocktail. But really the hotel now looking to focus in on that middle class family market. A hotel room here, I looked earlier today, going for about $220 if you look into next week. So probably a bit even more expensive than if you looked at an Airbnb. But the general manager very quick to say that this is offering quite a different experience than a guest would get if they were staying at a homestay or at an Airbnb. But still, the competition is going to be a pretty stiff, and they did say that going into May, right now, they have 50% occupancy guests coming in, which is running about average with what the hotels in Bermuda have. Jasmine, we're going to leave it there for now. Throw things back to you in the studio.
Well, thanks so much, Tony. And we'll be back with all the latest weather news after this short break.
All my life is changing every day, in every possible way. Then I open up and see the person falling here is me. 'Cause you're a dream to me.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. That's what dreams are made of.
Jane just got diagnosed with dementia. Her doctor recommended home care service. Jane chose Bermuda in-home care, a full home care service with certified dementia care specialists available 24/7. Jane and her family was extremely happy when the caregiver showed up on time. The caregiver prepared her meals, reminded her to take medication, helped her with personal hygiene care, and solved puzzles with her. The family chooses Lighthouse Medical Supplies to set up all her durable medical equipments. Call Bermuda In-Home Care, 705-4424, your one-stop shop for all your home care services and medical supplies. Taking the hassle out of healthcare, call now, 705-4424.
Students from Butler University in Indiana are visiting the island, but their focus isn't on the bars and beaches, but rather on learning about insurance. They've set up their own captive insurance company, the first in the world run by students, and they've come to Bermuda to get some expert advice. Hal Davis reports.
There isn't an obvious connection between a bulldog mascot for a US college and Bermuda insurers, but it's testament to the reach of the industry that one exists. Trip, as the dog is known, is actually insured by a student-run captive insurance company, operated by the Risk Management and Insurance Program at Indiana's Butler University. But the firm is domiciled in Bermuda. And that's brought some of the students to the island. Their company began operating last year, a project that aims to show them how the real-world captive insurance market works. So what have they learned?
I think it's just been able to kind of experience captives. It's something that's not covered in our course curriculum, and it's something that you can kind of experience through the class and learn about kind of as you're working in the captive. So it's very like on the go, like as you're doing this work for the captive, you're learning what it means and really what a captive is, and then having the opportunity to come down here to Bermuda and see even more about captives and just in this wonderful place that's so integral to the world of captives.
But how did a US college end up with an insurance company regulated in Bermuda? The answer is that it was just one of 12 possible locations.
One of the things our students did was an objective analysis of 12 domiciles, 10 in the US and 2 globally, looking at the tax environment, investment restrictions, expertise on the island, number of captives. And for us, Bermuda was just the best option. Both on paper and in responsiveness from the regulators.
The college isn't allowing the company completely free rein. Captive insurance firms only insure risks generally for their own institution. So the Butler University students write policies for things like TRIP, the college's musical instruments, and some aspects of student startups. There's no risk of massive claims, but it still taught the students a lot about the insurance market and about Bermuda itself.
They've been amazed at the depth of the industry that Bermuda brings to them in understanding what the opportunities are throughout the insurance market, and just the key learnings that they've been able to obtain in the short time they've spent on the island.
For the island, the student-run company has been good publicity, showing its regulatory system can be flexible and responsive. And the hope is that young Bermudian students may benefit too.
I think Butler University has a compelling story. They've chosen Bermuda as a captive domicile, and they returned to the island several times. So this time around we invited the Bermuda Foundation of Insurance Studies to be at the table, and they're going to be exploring opportunities to get more Bermuda students involved in risk management and looking to Butler as a potential university to pursue their career.
So some hopes that the Butler University project could benefit Bermuda directly. The college's professors also say they'd like to see Bermudian students applying there. A chance for them to learn, perhaps, that even old dogs can teach young students some new business tricks. Howell Davis, Bermuda Broadcasting News.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you had a great day today. Temperatures actually not too bad in the low 70s, but we do have some changes coming, and that will be in the form of a cold front. You can actually kind of make it out working its way off the East Coast. This has been responsible for some nasty weather, but as it gets closer to us, we will see the temperatures dropping off a little bit, and we're also going to see the winds picking up as well, and even a couple of showers are definitely possible here. Looking at our radar right now, relatively quiet conditions. Temperatures, again, today made it into the low 70s, so we're still sitting nice and comfortable. Humidity right around 75%. Winds are out of the south, 10 to 15 knots, but expect those winds to increase as we head throughout the day tomorrow. So tomorrow afternoon, we'll be looking at winds anywhere from 18 to 22 knots or up to 25 miles per hour throughout the day. Water temperature right now currently at 65 degrees, waves inside the reef up to a foot, so not too bad on the water right now. Outside of the reef between 2 and 3 feet, but as this front moves through, waves especially outside of the reef are going to get pretty choppy, probably anywhere from 4 to 6 feet as we head into tomorrow afternoon and also into tomorrow evening. Temperatures tonight dropping into the mid-60s here under partly cloudy skies, and we do have some weather alerts to tell you about. A small craft warning beginning tomorrow afternoon. You can see it right there, and that will continue at least into Friday morning. So make sure you are taking it easy if by any chance you're heading out toward the water. Our high tide 1 coming in at 12:23, and that is Thursday morning. Yeah, the week is quickly ending here. So let's talk about what's to come here in the short term. You can see that cold front off to our west. It is going to make some progress as we head into the overnight hours. And again, throughout the day tomorrow, we'll see those winds picking up. And we're also going to see the opportunity for some showers, maybe even a rumble or two of thunder for tomorrow. Then the front's out of here, and we will see some changes as we get a little bit closer to our weekend. So for your forecast tomorrow, we are going to be breezy, cloudy skies. Temperatures sitting in the low 70s, and tomorrow night it's going to be much cooler, 62 degrees for the nighttime low. Look at this, April, and some snow in Toronto, Canada, New York City, 47 degrees. New York and Boston actually watching out for some snow once we get into the weekend. No snow here, Jamaica, Barbados, and also Trinidad. Temperatures nice and comfortable, but we do have some showers in the area. Let's take a look at our extended forecast here. Again, front moves through tomorrow, so we will be turning cooler and windy, rough conditions on the water, thunder possible. Friday, 67 degrees, but we rebound into Saturday, and then Sunday, watch your outdoor plans. Showers and thunderstorms are possible.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
You can count on us.
Select varieties of fresh attitude salads, just $4.99 for a 5-ounce package. Boneless pork chops or roast, only $4.99 per pound. Ajax regular or with bleach laundry detergent, just $5.89 for a 50-ounce bottle. Sargento shredded cheese, only $3.99 for an 8-ounce package. Crisco vegetable oil, just $3.79 for a 32-ounce bottle. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
Are you looking to expand your customer base, increase sales, and be a part of the Island Community Events for 2018? Bermuda Broadcasting Company can make that happen.
Be a part of World Cup 2018, Bermuda Day Half Marathon, Bermuda Heroes Weekend, Cup Match Classic, and Eastern Counties Cricket.
Inquire about our new advertising opportunities, whether big or small. We will deliver. Come and see us at Fort Hill, Devonshire, or email us at sales@bbc.pm or send us a message on Facebook at Bermuda Broadcasting.
The Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast got underway earlier today in Australia, with the opening ceremony taking place. These are the scenes from the Bermuda team entering. Minister of Social Development and Sports, Michael Weeks, arrived back on the island last evening and congratulated Bermuda's Carifta Games team, telling parents,
"We are very proud of them, and nothing helps more than seeing our family here. We have to take our hats off to our parents and friends and family, to the coaches, but more importantly, we take our hats off to the excellent work of our athletes. I was there to witness the events, and each of our athletes represented Bermuda proudly."
President of the Bermuda National Athletic Association, Donna Rayner, commented on the winning bid to host the Carifta Games 2020 in Bermuda.
We were very excited to win the bid. It was very tough. Myself and Mia were at the Congress, and believe me, that was a very, very difficult morning. We had one team, Guyana, who stepped up on the day and said that they wanted to put in a bid for 2020. They gave this passionate statement of why they think they should win the bid, even though they hadn't gone through the correct process. So what it ended up coming down to is Bermuda followed the process. We had a fantastic presentation that blew everybody away. And so we end up winning the bid with the support of all of the other Caribbean countries at the end of the day. But it was a very, very tough morning.
Sakari Famous, who captured the bronze medal in the under-20 girls high jump, said she had to calm her nerves.
I was not comfortable at all. I had so much nerves going in, like the streaks of the medals that was on my head the whole time, especially being on Monday morning, so I have to wait throughout the whole competition. That builds up the nerves. But my mama told me to take deep breaths and calm down, because I can do my best if I just put my mind to it, and I came out with another medal. Yay.
A fantastic overall performance came to an end for Bermuda swimmers at the Carifta Swimming Championships in Jamaica, as they claimed 11 more medals on the final night of competition. Elon Daly won the 11 to 12 girls 200-meter backstroke gold medal with a time of 2:29.11. The 11 to 12 girls 50-meter freestyle gold medal was also won by Daly, who clocked 26:59. Picking up her third gold medal on the evening, Daly touched the wall in a time of 4:45.51 during the 11 to 12 girls 400-meter freestyle. Jack Harvey won the 13 to 14 boys 200 backstroke silver medal with a time of 2:19.70. Logan Watson Brown picked up the 13 to 14 girls 200-meter backstroke silver medal, stopping the clock in 2:32.47. With a time of 2:32.42, Elijah Daly won the 11 to 12 boys 200-meter backstroke silver medal, and Kai Legban won the 15 to 17 boys 50-meter freestyle silver medal, clocking 23:93. Brian Desmond touched the wall in a time of 4:17.80 on his way to winning the 13 to 14 boys 400-meter freestyle silver medal. medal. And in the girls 11 to 12 100-meter breaststroke, the bronze medal was won by Giada Dudley-Pun, who was clocked at 1:21.74. Madeline Moore won the 15 to 17 girls 50-meter freestyle bronze medal, touching the wall in a time of 26:30. Braxton Stowe has recovered from injury and is now back playing baseball. Stowe, a student at St. Louis University, is now on the baseball team, and he had a memorable first at-bat in college as he recorded a base hit against Toledo in a pinch hit appearance, helping St. Louis to a 10-0 win. The Vancouver Canucks took an early lead and never looked back in their Bermuda Bowl hockey match last evening at the PCC Hockey Rink against the Toronto Maple Leafs, winning 5-3. In the first period, the Vancouver Canucks will get 2 goals from Christopher Jackson and a single strike off the stick of Shane Goose as they held a 3-0 lead at the end of one. The only goal in the second period was from Toronto Maple Leafs' Christopher Merritt, making it 3-1. The third and final period saw both teams score 2 goals each, with the Vancouver Canucks getting 2 goals from Ross Ruffinage, while the Toronto Maple Leafs got a goal each from Scott Shannon and Warren Miller. Cortland and Tanner Boyle suited up alongside their Trinity College men's tennis teammates as they picked up their third consecutive win, 7-2, over Coast Guard at the Asante Tennis Center. The brothers teamed up in the number 2 doubles position but went down 8-1. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And that's all for tonight. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.